Hello, this is kind of a sound demo, but more it's a question session for people who play this instrument, the MandoCello, and have done conversions from guitars or made their own. This instrument is hard to play, needless to say. I've been reading about it in the mandolin forums and everywhere else. And I put this together last year because certainly I love the sound of this instrument, and it's been sitting since March of 2011 when I finished it. I played it quite a bit then, and I recently restrung it, and I'm trying to make it more playable and learn how to play it. And so my question is to people who play it, or are players, or have any interest, any resources that you can provide for me would be great. Anything you got, any comments, scale links. This is roughly 25 inches. The guitar was about a 25-inch scale length. So I chose this instrument because I knew it was a jumbo guitar and it was well braced, and I didn't do any specific string calculations or any of that. I just luck of the draw set this thing up. I know some folks would say, you know, pin it from the bridge here, don't do the extension because this design is not set up for that. But I thought it would be much more difficult to get a decent action on it with a pin bridge. You know, here I can actually lower the saddle a little bit if I have to, and the action is not horrible, you know. There's a little bit buzzing, but some of that is just the strings knocking against each other, which is not uncommon for these instruments. The neck is still straight. You know, there's no real bowing of the guitar. It's been sitting almost up to full tune, full tension for a year. So I don't think it's a complete disaster. I mean, obviously, if I wanted to spend $4,000 or something on a fantastic factory instrument, you know, I would imagine it'd be a little bit easier to play. At least I would hope so. So anybody who has an instrument and any kind of comment, like I said, scale links, different tunings, the nut width, the string spacing, any simple chord charts you come across, especially tabs for music for this instrument, tabs especially. Any plans, thoughts on bracing, the type of wood you use, the different picks you use. I've been switching back and forth. I mean, this is a heavy Fender. I did have a dog pick I was using on it. And it seems like the heavier the pick, obviously the more lush the sound, but you get a little bit more string action and there's buzzing between the strings. You know, I went with a very thin pick. That changes the sound too, so, you know. So there's just all kinds of techniques, I'm sure, out there to be used when playing this instrument. And if anybody has any thing to pass along, I certainly would be grateful. Also, string gauges, what you use, where you find your strings, neck angle, any of that. I did restring it recently. It's got a standard set on it, but I dropped down the heavy string here, the C, from a 74 thousandths to a 66 thousandths. And then the other strings are the standard D'Addario MandoCello strings. So I've got a 22 gauge here in the first chorus, 34 in the second, and a 48 on the third. And you know, of course, as I make modifications and I work with this instrument, I'm going to put up more videos because there's really not a whole lot. You either got virtuoso players on there, or you know, somebody just noodling around like me. But if anybody has anything they can offer, it would be appreciated. I can flex the neck. You know, I can flex this neck, but it's not it's not a disaster. I mean, I can do that on, you know, acoustic guitars that are factory made, and it flexes right back into, you know, flexes right back into tune.